Oh crap, I forgot a mirror. What is up, you guys, and welcome back. It has been a crazy week in my life. First and foremost, I have finished the quarter, which means that the academic portion of my MA schooling is done. I technically have to go back to school, but it's practicum, so I'll be working. And I don't have to take any more finals, I don't have to take any more tests. The academic part is done. So now comes the fun part. So I am obviously very excited about this and excited for this next chapter. And I'll have another video coming out soon about my MA school experience and kind of what that's looked like, but mostly I'm just really excited for these 5 weeks off. That said, the other big thing that happened to me this week is that my husband got laid off. It should hopefully be temporary and he'll go back to work soon, but while he's been laid off, I have some inspiration for some new YouTube videos, and first and foremost, what I've been really wanting to do is really just pull out all of my makeup and just play with it. It has been so long since I've really had a chance to go full out and do a whole bunch of makeup, because with my husband working and me running to and from drop-offs and going to school, I just haven't really had the time. But now that he's home and he's helping, I've really had the chance to really get back into it and find my inspiration and love for makeup again. That said, the last few days, this has kind of been my go-to look. I really love it. It's this nice, warm, glittery, smoky eye I've really been enjoying. But just really quick before we do that, I would like to take a second to say, if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name's Morgan. My channel is slowly but surely growing, so if you like my content and want to see more, make sure that you hit subscribe and hit the bell notification on your way out, so that way you get a little notification every single time that I upload. So that said, if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so now that I am fresh out of the shower and closely resemble a potato, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the towel out of my hair and put some product in my hair. It's not, specifically with curly hair, it's not very good to keep a towel in your hair because it dries it out, makes it more frizzy. So I'm going to take that out and I'm going to use, let's see here, Not Your Mother's Kinky Moves Curl Defining Hair Cream. This is by far was what I found that works the best in my hair. It's really nourishing, it doesn't dry it out, it also doesn't make it like super crusty and gross like a lot of like gels and other creams do. It's also very affordable, and I usually get it from Ulta, and they usually have a deal as like buy one get one half off, so you can also usually get like a hair mask or something with it, so you really can't beat the deal. This stuff also smells so good. It has grape seed and jasmine extracts, and so it smells really refreshing. So to make sure that my hair doesn't get super dry, I also only shampoo like once or twice a week. And make sure that I use a shampoo with no parabens in it or no sulfates. Otherwise my hair tends to get really, really dry, which I normally I have that issue a lot already since having my son. I've lost most of my hair. Okay, and so that is done, and usually by the time I finish my makeup, it's mostly dry anyway because my hair has gotten so thin. I just prefer to do that. I don't like to blow dry my hair because it's bad for my hair, and I usually end up looking like a poodle anyway. I also normally use a serum just to kind of help with frizz, but I ran out and I haven't had time to go get more. So that's really all I do with my hair. I use a wide tooth comb, I condition every other day, and I shampoo about once or twice a week. That's it. So now that we're done with my hair, I'm going to go into my makeup. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to moisturize. While I was in the shower, I used the Bliss Cosmetics, I believe it's called, Gentle Exfoliant, to wash my face. This time of year, you can see I have some texture all over my face. It's really dry. Because it's hot outside and I drink entirely too much coffee and not nearly enough water, so my skin is always really mad at me in the summer. So I use a gentle exfoliant to try to like knock some of that dead dry skin off, and the first thing I'm going to do now that I'm out of the shower is I'm going to moisturize, and everything you see here is affordable. So it's stuff that's either drugstore or it's something like Morphe or ColourPop. Anything that's not affordable like that it was given to me as a gift. So this next thing was a classmate of mine gave me a whole bunch of her Ipsy bags, and this was in one of them, and I really like it. It's the Pixie brand Skin Treats. It's the H2O Skin Drink Pure Hydration Gel. So they call it a gel, but that's a lie. It's pure liquid that goes on your face. Oh gosh. Yeah? Am I a beauty influencer? No? Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna use this first to kind of bring some moisture back to my face since I just exfoliated, and then I'm going to prime. Now that the moisturizer is on, I'm gonna kind of wait for that to sink into my skin, and while I wait, I'm gonna drink some coffee. Now that that is kind of sunk in, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer in matte that I bought because my son was chewing on it in the middle of the store, so I felt bad not doing it. So I'm gonna apply some of that to my face now that I have my mirror, and we are going to get started. And then I'm gonna wipe some off on my pants because I got too much. Okay, now that that is done and my skin is primed, and you can probably hear my son playing in his bedroom, I am going to go in with some foundation. And the foundation that I use is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in the shade 00A Porcelain, which I believe, I don't know if they've come out with a lighter shade because again this is a little bit dark for me because I'm very pale, but this is the lightest shade they have, I believe. I'm also going to hit my beauty blender with the Rose Water Facial Toner Hydrate and Refresh from Trader Joe's. I find that a damp beauty blender always goes on better than a dry one. I'm sorry for any lighting issue, guys. It's just there we go. Just the way it goes when I use natural lighting to light my videos. And so the brush that I'm using on my face is this one. I feel like most Morphe brushes, it's Morphe. I feel like most Morphe brushes have the number on them, but this one does not. It's just the little foundation. It's like the buffing brush that comes in their face set at Ulta. So now that that is applied, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in shade Pasty AF, just kidding, Fair 02. And I'm going to conceal my under eye bags and anything that I want to bring attention to, like highlight like the center of my face. I'm also going to try to cover up the little bit of texture you can still see on my face that the foundation did not cover up. And again, I'm going to take this beauty sponge and I'm going to hit it with the rose water again to buff this out. It's my war paint. And about this time, I regret life choices because every single time I apply too much concealer and spend 20 minutes buffing it out. Alright, now that you have successfully beaten your face and covered your sleep deprivation, I generally go in with the Airspun Loose Face Powder to set my concealer that I just applied, so that way it doesn't go nowhere. Smells like old lady, so use at your discretion because it smells. Again, I'm going to hit the sponge with the rose water. You get the idea. Okay, so now that the powder is on and I am baking, it's raining powder up in here, I'm going to put that back and I am going to hit my face with the, I'm gonna go in with the CoverGirl Clean Matte in shade 510 Classic Ivory to set the rest of my face. That's not where just foundation, not concealer. You get what I mean. I'm gonna go in with another Morphe brush. Has no number, but it's a fluffy one. Okay, so now that I am done with that, I'm still baking. I'm gonna go in and fill in my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I use the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil in shade Chocolate. Brows are my least favorite part. Sisters not twins. Sisters not twins. Close enough. So now that our eyebrows look like distant cousins, I'm going to set them. I'm going to first go in with the Make Me Brow. It's by Essence. Super affordable, super cheap. I usually find them at Fred Meyer or Ulta. In the shade Brownie Brows. Yes. It's a gel, it's a eyebrow gel mascara, so it has a little bit of tint, so that way I find that it smudges out any mistakes that I made, which are a lot because I'm really bad at filling in my eyebrows, and then give some tint to them. And now that that's done, I'm going to go in with the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. It's just a clear gel. You can use any one you want. I found this at Ulta or maybe Target. So now that our eyebrows are locked into place and they aren't going anywhere, I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and dust off this powder. So now that all the powder is off of our face, I'm going to go in with some eyeshadow before we contour and everything like that. So this little eyeshadow is something else that was given to me that was in an Ipsy bag, and I haven't looked into it. Anything here I'll try to find and drop in the description box below. But I really like it. It's super pigmented and it's a really lovely shade. It's the IBY Beauty Lush eyeshadow in the shade Headliner. I really like it. It looks like this, and a little bit goes a long way, which is really nice. I usually pack it into my crease and then kind of buff it out because it's a nice dark shadow. It's going to bring some dimension and it's going to bring some depth to your eyes. I'm going to put it on the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill with the brush JH32, and I'm just going to pack it into my crease. Just a little bit, just like a little dab, like it's nothing too crazy, and it's already coming in pretty pigmented. So I'm just going to put in a little bit and start on the my outer crease and most of the shadow that's on the brush, and once it's pretty much clean, I'm going to bring it in towards my inner corner. Careful not to go all the way to my inner corner. And blend like your life depends on it. And so that's what we're looking like, and now that that's done, I'm gonna hit the other eye. I have discovered that I have gone a little overboard. What else is new? But I am going to buff a lot of this out, hopefully, because I am definitely a little more smoky than I intended today. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. little trio here. It's the Sculpting Silk eyeshadow in the shade Rosé All Day. And these are super easy to use, and blend pretty well, and I find that they work really well with this specific eyeshadow that I applied earlier. And the reason why I really like it is because this shade here, so what I do is I apply the dark into the crease first, and then I buff out just a little bit above that and around it in this darker shade here. And then I buff that out to kind of blend it all together up to my eyebrow with this super light shade that you can't really see once it's on because it doesn't have a ton of pigmentation, but it blends it out really nice. Let me show you. I'm going to use the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill and JH30. Nice big fluffy blending brush. I love it. And I'm gonna get that middle shade here. See that we're looking a little more blended, we're looking a little less smoky, we're buffing it out. I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade in this little trio. It's this nice light tan color, and I'm gonna buff above that to kind of blend it seamlessly into my brow bone. I'm going to line my lower lash line, and I'm going to buff that out with the same colors I just used up top. And to do that, I'm going to go in with the Morphe M321 brush. It's this nice little smudging brush that I'm going to apply eyeshadow underneath my lash line and buff it out. I'm going to start with the super light shade. So everything I did here, I'm going to do in reverse. So I started with the dark up here in the crease and then went out to the light. I'm going to do that in reverse. I'm going to start light and work out to the dark. I'm going to go in with that middle shade here. And take a little bit of this dark eyeshadow that we didn't actually use up here, this nice purpley color. I'm going to mix a little bit of that with a little bit of this shade here to kind of add some dimension to my under eye. We are looking very matte. I'm going to go in and kind of add a nice little pop of color onto my eyelids. For this, I'm using the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Shimmer Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Goldilocks. It looks like this. It's really, really beautiful. What I normally do is I put a little bit on my hand and then go in with a nice little, a little packer brush and just pack a little bit onto my eyelids just to give that nice pop of color to draw attention to the lid of your eye. I'm using the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill brush in the shade JH42. Looks like this. It's a nice staple in my makeup routine. I use it to pack on a whole bunch of colors to my, specifically to my inner corner and my eyelid itself. And then I'm going to apply it to my eyelid here, focusing just on the lid. Essentially, I'm trying to create the look of a cut crease without actually cutting my crease, cause ain't nobody got time for that. And if you get a little glitter happy like I just did, no worries. We can go in and buff this out. Just take the same big fluffy brush that we used to kind of blend everything together and go in and buff that shadow so that way it smooths over the glitter, so that way it looks like you've never messed up in the first place. And just like that, most of our eye look is complete. I'm gonna go in with eyeliner and mascara a little bit later, but next I like to go in and add some depth to our face again so that way we're not looking quite so two-dimensional and pale, and go in with some contour, blush, bronzer, the whole nine. So for contour, I go in with this contouring palette from Wet n Wild Mega Glow. It's a little too warm for me, and I usually buff it out with bronzer later. Start color here. This little contour brush, I normally go in with a Morphe brush, but I think my son has it somewhere. And with makeup in general, you always want to go in with just a little bit and build more coverage, because you can always add more, but it's really hard to take things away, especially once you're kind of happy with the direction that your makeup is going. So less is more. And so when I contour, I essentially draw a straight line from the top of my ear towards the corner of my mouth, and then gently buffing it out with the brush. To kind of wrap up my contouring process, just contouring in general, what I did, like I said, I applied contour from the top of my ear to my towards the center of my mouth and buffed that out. I also contoured either side of my nose, and then I contoured around my forehead here. If it helps at all, it's like 2 threes on either side of my face, again to draw attention to the high points of your face and create shadows in like the low points of your face, I guess, so that way your face looks really narrow, it looks really pulled forward, and you look very awake. I'm going to take that same big fluffy brush that I used to put powder on my face, and I'm gonna go in with blush and apply to like the apples of my cheeks and gently draw outward. For my blush today, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Berry Mary. Again, take the same brush and use the e.l.f. bronzer in the shade Golden. It's a little, there's 4 of them in here, and I usually just swirl in the middle and I buff. Doesn't look like I have a clear line between my blush and my contour, just to kind of make it look more seamless. I also went back over all the places that I contoured as well to kind of color match it a little more in my skin. I'm going to apply eyeliner and mascara, and to do that, I'm using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Black Bean. It looks like this. As you can see, I used the Jesus out of it. I'm going to also use the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH43. It's a nice little smudger brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the eye crayon and the brush and just pick up some color on here and just smudge it out my lower and upper lash line. So now that that is done and we've enhanced our eyes a little bit more, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner to just line my upper lash line. And I'm going to apply mascara. So I use a variety of different mascaras to layer to kind of give that false look effect. Today I'm using 3 different mascaras, the first one being the CoverGirl Supersize Fibers. It looks like this. I like this one first because I can usually get every lash. And then the second one I'm going in is the Revlon Volumazing. And it kind of looks like this. I really like this one because I think it gives me the most volume. It really fills in those lashes, and then I go over it all with the Mega Plush Volume Express by Maybelline. This combination in general I think really gives me the best effect on my eyelashes. I'm going to go in with highlight, and I'm going to highlight my brow bones, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, excuse me, my cupid's bow, the little dimple in my chin right here, and right above, like right between my eyebrows here. Again, kind of like I did with the concealer, I'm going to apply it in the high points of my face, the places that I really want to draw attention to. So the highlight I'm going to use today has a very French name, and I can't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try, but it was a gift to me. It looks like this. And I'm going to apply it with this Morphe brush, again, has no number. Now that our face has the highlight, and as usual I've gone a little overboard, that's okay, I'm just a little extra that way, but I'm going to take that same small packer brush that I used to pack the glitter onto my lids to apply highlight in on the my brow bone underneath my eyebrows to really highlight that, and then I'm going to use it to apply highlight to the inner corner of my eyes. And now that that is done, the highlight has gone over the eyeshadow a little bit, so one last time I'm going to go in with the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH30. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with that today, but I'm going to go in and buff that eyeshadow one more time to make sure that it's not looking cakey and make sure that it's not, weird things aren't happening with the highlight. And with that, our makeup is mostly finished, but our lips still look naked and crusty and gross. So I'm gonna go in with lipstick to kind of fix that situation. So for lipstick today, I'm going in with the Liquid Catsuit. Let's see here, what brand is this? Wet n Wild. It's a Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit, and it's the High Shine lipstick. I really like their matte too. But this time of year my lips are really dry and gross, so I try not to use matte if I can help it. And it's the shade Send Nudes. It's this really beautiful nude color, and with the kind of smoky eye we have up top, I like to do a nice neutral nude on the lip. And with that, you guys, we are done. This is the finished makeup look. Like I said, I don't generally have time to do this daily, but since my husband's been laid off and I've had a little bit more time to do makeup because he's been helping at home, I've really found my inspiration with makeup again. So I'm really trying to get back into it. So please like, comment, subscribe if you would like this video, and let me know in the comments below if you want me to do more makeup tutorials. I have a couple of really vibrant looks that I've done in the past that I can insert pictures here, so that we can kind of see what I've done and see if any one of those maybe you want a tutorial on. I do really love doing my makeup, so if this is something that you guys enjoy, I can definitely do a lot more of them while my husband's home. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this and support me. It really means a lot, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.